And welcome back to the QuickBooks introduction. Today we are focusing on sales tax. Okay, so we are logged into the latest and the greatest of 2023 QuickBooks Online version. Now to access sales tax, you actually go to the side navigation menu and you click Taxes. This will actually automatically default you to the sales tax landing page, a pretty user-friendly screen. A couple things to point out: if you are in the current period here, you're going to see a quick summary for you, as you have the ability to click the more detail and get some real-time information as far as that. Now with that being said, what QuickBooks does as you begin to use QuickBooks and it sees that you have a specific state that you are charging tax for to your customers, it will account for that and pre-establish those states automatically. Again, it will pre-establish those states automatically. Doesn't mean that you can't add it in there ahead of time, but I'm just letting you know that just as an FYI. If you notice up here, you do have the ability to toggle through specific agencies. Up here under sales tax details, you do have the ability, as I said, to customize ahead of time what are the agencies you want to charge or you're going to have to pay sales tax for. And you can do that in this section right here by clicking that Add Agency. As sales tax automatically starts generating these line items for you, or if you create them yourself, you do have the ability to edit them. Just simply click this drop down arrow and you will be able to go ahead and edit that line item. Now if you notice over here, if I click that drop down arrow, you're going to have the ability to go ahead and make this line item inactive as well. Now you have a little gear icon over here. Again, you do have, if by chance you made certain agencies inactive, to be able to check include inactive, that feature is there. Over here you also have the ability to click and add additional rates for states if you so choose, if QuickBooks did not automatically add it for you. Again, the drop down arrow to make these states inactive is right there for you. Let's go ahead and click Add State so you can see how user friendly this screen is. You simply add the name and description of the state, choose the agency. As for example, if we were doing the state of New Jersey, just find New Jersey on the list of agencies down here. Once you've selected that, you just key in the rate and click Save. It's that easy. Now if you're doing an agency, choose the state, the city, the county, whatever you so choose. It'll take you and it's going to ask you, what is the frequency? Is it monthly? Is it quarterly? Is it yearly? Go ahead and make a selection there. You're going to choose the starting time frame in which you want to charge tax and go ahead and select that date right there. You are going to choose whether you're on accrual or cash basis, and that's as simple as it gets. So let's go back to the landing page over here so we can briefly look at what's remaining on this screen. Okay, scrolling on down. You have the ability to go ahead and create statuses as far as viewing this landing page for show me everything that's overdue, just simply by clicking this box. You have the ability of what's just due now, right over here, as you can see. What's been paid, what's open, everything and anything. You also have the ability to sort this records out through the tax period date, right over here. Today's date, the months, the quarters, the last year, you name it. Going down over here, you have the ability to access some tax liability reports. Again, if you went into the reporting section, you will be able to access these reports. QuickBooks just makes your life easy by adding them in here and allows you to access them that way. So going down here, you might be saying, hey, what's going on with these line items? If by chance you happen to sign up with QuickBooks mid-year, you're going to see that they're defaulting the tax periods and just making sure that they account for those tax periods as overdue. And it's going to pick up right where you started off live with the system. If you notice here, there is a tax liability that we owe over $1,000 that is due. If that's the case, you want to go ahead and click this View Tax Return. It's going to populate to the screen, and up at the top you have some instructions from QuickBooks that basically says, long story short, print out this report, go to the state's website, make sure the numbers match, and send in your payment. Now you see a lot of little icons over here that says View Report. They all link back to the tax liability report. But over here, if you notice, there is an Add Adjustment. If by chance, for whatever reason, you need to make an adjustment to QuickBooks' numbers, feel free to do that so that way your tax report matches what you enter in with the state. As you notice here, you do have to select a reason for the adjustment. In this case, if it was a credit, you would select that. You would enter in the correct period in which you want that GL impacted. So again, emphasize again, exclamation point, do the adjusting date in accordance to how you want the GL impacted. In this case, we were doing the second quarter, so we would backdate it and say June 30th. Enter in the amount over here, actually the GL that you want impacted. And right underneath here, you want the amount. Say if it's $100 and you want that sales tax adjusted accordingly, you go ahead and do that. And if you notice, it adjusted the total tax due. Okay, so the only thing left in reality is saying, okay, let's view this tax liabilities to see how, in fact, QuickBooks came up with these numbers. And this is what the report looks like. If you noticed over here, you are thrown into the reports module right now. So you have the ability to go ahead and do a couple things with this report. Up at the top, you can go ahead and view certain tax periods if you want. Again, you're in the reporting section. So if you want to go ahead and say, show me all the agencies combined, show me just New York or Pennsylvania, you can do that. You have the ability to go ahead and run the report after you've changed your parameters. You have the ability over here to actually send this report via email if you so choose. You have the ability to print this report. Notice here it's going to pre-populate the report. You can save it as a PDF to your computer, or you can physically email it yet again, or actually click print. You have the ability to go ahead and export this data into Excel. Over here we have the infamous gear icon, where you have the ability to add additional columns here. Simply going ahead, toggling to see what's there. And again, it goes without saying that, again, this is QuickBooks calculating. You want to make sure that you audit this report, and you do have the ability to go to reports. And there are a couple other reports that allow you the opportunity to see additional data as to how QuickBooks came up with that sales tax. Under the reports landing page, you want to just go ahead and scroll down to sales tax, and you're going to see sales tax liability report, which is the one we were just viewing. You're also going to see taxable sales detail as well as the summary. So by all means, feel free, undoubtedly, it goes without saying, make sure that those numbers are absolutely correct before you file your sales tax with the states. I hope that this quick tutorial gave you all the information you need on how to manage sales tax, how to view those reports, how to edit them, how to establish agencies and the rates and all that fun stuff. And I definitely look forward to seeing you into the next class.